So, Tommy, what happened last time?
Let's see. Last time we were traveling with the crew of. Oh, crap! I forgot the name of the ship. Let's see what I got my name.
Autumn Gold.
Autumn Gold is what we're on now, yeah.
Yeah. And we stopped over at a science station. And from there we had a little bit of a misadventure with the ATVs and coming from security. Fortunately, nothing bad happened. And then we headed off to Walston. Got some time interacting with the crew. Yeah, so we should be at Walston now, I believe.
Yep, that sounds right. So here you are. Walston is yet again one more brown, dusty, desolate world out here in the Bowman Arm, which is what this portion of the subsector District 268 is called. You can see, if you try looking out the window during the approach into the starport, that the starport only has a single pad and then a utility, a municipal pad. And the starport is small despite its services and the fuel it offers. Once you land, it connects directly from the front cargo part of the ship opens, and it goes directly into the allows you to walk directly into the customs area. And the crew of the Autumn Gold, Captain Mitchie, she says, well, it's been great to have you all on board, and we're just gonna stay here for a few hours, and then we're gonna get fueled up and we're gonna leave. So this is goodbye for now, but maybe we'll see you out there.
Thanks for the ride, Captain.
All right. And
Captain, it's been a true pleasure with riding with you and your crew. Best of luck out there.
yeah, she reaches to shake your hand, Jackson, and kind of misses, and then you have to kind of intercept the hand and shake it. But then they get back on, and you would know that this is we used to call this like maybe not the exact term, snowbirding. Like because they're under contract, they're just here wasting time, and because they're getting paid to do it. And then they're going to take fuel, and then they'll be on to their next destination. They'll do some paperwork here with customs. Speaking of which, you open into a large, empty but clean customs hall. There are fixed seating. If you've ever been to like a small or an island-style airport, there's fixed seating around the window where you can see out into the starport. There's nothing to see but dust out here. But either way, the starport is empty. There's no one here except you see a Varger janitor, and he's got like a robotic cleaning device that's humming away. And apart from that, you see a man who does not notice you at a desk that says "Welcome to Walston," and it's customs.
I think we're gonna try to just walk on out.
Okay, walk through customs.
Yeah.
All right, so you start walking up like you're just gonna walk through, and then and he kind of startles from his from his inattention, and he's like, "Oh, whoa, hello there. What? Oh, you came in that starship?"
I'm gonna look around like.
Yeah, like what other starship? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that too. Yeah, he says, yeah, you right there. How did you all just make it in?
Yeah, we just landed, made it planetside.
Okay, could I see your papers, please?
Papers. Yeah, I'm sure I've got some papers around here.
You do have some the papers from the Scout Service and Flammarion. You also have some vouchers and things like that. None of that matters, but you do have a bunch of stuff, and so you could show him the paperwork from the Scout Service. And do you choose to identify yourself?
I think I will pull out the papers from Scout Services and say we're here on official business.
Okay.
We are not to be detained in any way.
Oh, absolutely, sir. Yeah, right. Of course, right away. And then he looks at him. He has a computer system. This is like a tech level 8, 9. Like this is an old, what do you call those? Like a old monochrome. Only has like kilobytes of RAM. He blah 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 blah. Taps, and then he looks and he's like. Looks at the paperwork. He says, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it says here that you're prohibited from being on the planet, actually.
No, that can't be right. We're here on official business. And I tap on the paper.
Well, you're here for the Scout Services, right? And he's got he's a short human man with very dark skin, and is a Vellani with like some of his veins, his eyes. You see a violet color that kind of on his hands and eyes, and where his veins and freckles and stuff are. And he says, "You're here with the Scout Service, right?" Actually. Once you answer that question, then I gotta hop up. I forgot to grab my iPad.
Yes, we are here with the Scout Services. We are on official business.
I don't have the ship's nomenclature because I gotta go grab my iPad. But I'll let you kind of chew on this. He says, "Oh, you're here with this detached vessel. This nomenclature. It says that." It says here that you are the crew of that vessel, and we have a warning out that says that crew is prohibited from being on the planet. And I'll let you guys kind of think about that and talk. I'll be right back. I gotta grab my iPad. I apologize.
Do you think that we've been made into some patsies? Some fall guys by the Scout Services?
I'm starting to wonder about that.
Possible. I thought we were allowed to be here, weren't we? Or no?
We were hired to do was go find that vessel and retrieve it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a bureaucratic mess up because he said the crew is not allowed on, but he didn't say the particular people weren't allowed on. We're not the particular people in question.
Probably the ship of the crew of the Autumn Gold did something nefarious in the past, and we're getting confused for them.
Okay.
If we can find a way to prove that we're just passengers and not the actual crew, that might help.
There we go.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Seems like he should have the name. He should have names, or if he doesn't have names, that whoever he got that information from should.
I do think it was a smart idea that we should start every single interaction with, "We are not to be detained."
Am I being detained?
Am I under arrest or am I free to go?
We're on very official business. We have papers. We have things to do.
Just confidently say, "We're not supposed to be detained." And then what are they supposed to do? Like,
Well,
accept
isn't
the rules?
isn't Cleon a noble or something? Can we use that to our advantage?
I'm almost a noble. I'm like 1 point below being a noble.
Okay.
All right, so Where's my... Okay, so back to Jackson. What's the plan for the group? What do you guys think you're gonna do?
Well, sir, I don't know who you think we are, but I assure you, we are supposed to be on this planet retrieving a ship. Now, we're not necessarily the crew that you're looking for. These are not the crew you're looking for.
Oh, wow, yeah, I believe you.
Yeah.
Right.
So, let us pass.
Yes, I want to. It's just that the Scout Service papers that authorize your entry say that you're the crew of the Sierra 001642-Charlie detached service vessel, and that's the code I have. And he taps on his computer. That's the code I have for my system to allow you passage onto the planet. But then when I do that, it says that the crew isn't allowed to be on the planet.
So that's unrelated to the Autumn Gold. Like, it's not a mix-up with that.
Oh.
It literally is the ship that we were here to retrieve.
So things like we're the deserters from the ship we're trying to retrieve.
I'm telling you, like, they didn't tell us what happened to that ship exactly that got it abandoned or lost.
And also,
I really wonder if we're being pinned for something.
You definitely get the sense that this is a guy, as I always say, that he has the authority to say no, but doesn't have the authority to say yes, or, like he doesn't know what to do with his computer. He just knows it doesn't let him
contact his supervisor.
Yeah, I'm getting the feel that you guys know what's going on. Does it say why the crew of the Sierra 001642-Charlie is not allowed on planet?
Oh, wow. I think I remember these people. They were really mean. They made fun of how we dressed. They said this place is stupid. They left a mess everywhere. I think they broke the law. I heard that from somebody, but I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say those things.
They warned us this planet was quaint, but wow.
Plus, he's like the only person here. I've been in airports like this. Like, it's just like a dead arrival area with seating. You get the sense it could accommodate more people. Like, it's designed for more business, and there just is none. And then it's just this one customs person at the counter here. And beyond the customs area, there's a security area that you'd pass through, just like any other, like an airport in real life, where you would have a scanner, and they'll scan your stuff. And beyond that, security guards. Okay.
I'll chime in. I'll just say, I want to reassure you, not a one of us has a mean muscle in our bodies.
Yeah.
Couldn't hurt a fly.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe.
My mama didn't raise me to act like that.
At first, he says he's gonna say something, and then he looks over at books, and then he's kind of scared, and he's like, "Yeah, I believe you, but I don't know. I'm sorry, but this might." He presses a button. Burp, burp. It won't let me get you into customs. I mean, maybe you should return to the Scout Service Administrator and ask for help. Maybe you should go back to them.
I'm gonna look back at the where the Autumn Gold was parked.
The Autumn Gold is taking off and leaving.
Yeah, that's one option. Another option is we just pass on through anyway. You just, didn't see us here.
Are you out of character? Are you trying to bribe him, or what's the goal? Are you trying to persuade him? He just gives you. It just doesn't compute. He's just like, all he knows how to do is just take the stuff and then he puts it in, and it's just not working.
We intimidate him?
You can do anything you want. Absolutely anything you want.
So,
let me put it this way: you can do anything once with one traveler.
I think I just stare at him very, very intently.
Okay. All right. Make a. What's your strength?
Mine is 9.
That's pretty good. I'll say roll a 12 to get a 10. Because he does have a bunch of armed guards back there. Yeah, he's got armed guards behind the security area with assault rifles, so he's not too worried. He's got some time to yell and get their help before you can do anything.
Sir, does your computer list the names of the crew of the high-end drive?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Wait a second, I can't reveal that information. Oh. Whoops, messed my sound up. But why do you ask?
Well, you don't have to tell us their names, but if you have it in front of you and you look at our little name tags, do they match?
He looks at them. He looks at the paperwork. He looks at the name tags. He cross-references. He's like, no, not at all. No, I don't think you are these people.
So
I don't think we are either.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so then we're allowed on the planet.
Beep, beep. Oh no, it's not going through. I don't know.
All right. Well, fall back on the old tried and true method. Could I speak with your supervisor?
Okay, well, I guess. And then he gets up and he leaves for about 30 minutes, and then he comes back, and then he's got somebody with him. Why do I have what's his name? Henry? Oh no, I put it in different notes. Hold on just a second. Ugh. That time you need the customs agent supervisor at the local starport's NPC name. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of their names, but I don't have his.
If you don't have his name, I won't ask for a name. Don't worry.
Actually, I've got it right here. Yeah, it's a supervisor he, and he's like, sir, these people that they came in the last ship, and they say that they're here for scout service, detached duty retrieval. I've got their paperwork here. I've verified their identities. But they're also listed here as the crew of, and then that vessel's nomenclature. And then that, my system won't let me put it in, and so he's looking and beep, 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 like, and it won't work. And then like his supervisor leans over and looks at you all, and he's like, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. Let me take a look. And then the supervisor just does the exact same thing. Beep, 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 and then they're like both staring at the screen. God, you've had this in real life, haven't you all? God. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Play games to escape these things.
I know.
Maybe there's
I'd
just
rather.
bureaucratic pry bar that we could use. Like, so if we could figure out, like,
Somebody have
maybe
admin?
something supersedes this. Like, you know, maybe like,
Sure.
you know, like if they have a problem, like there's a fish ship and it's like stranded or something, and then we need to have people come pick it up. You know, maybe the people that pick it up are supersede the crew, and then so maybe we can work that way. We could like check in as the people that come to pick it up or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. What do you like kind of lean over the counter and like, wait, what if we put a different thing in? And you're like,
I was going to say, can we offer to troubleshoot for them? Since you're like, it looks like you're having some computer problems over there. You know, I'm not half bad. I can give it a look.
Does somebody have a computer?
I got electronics, which I'm sure is probably a different skill in this game.
Yeah. Or if somebody has admin. I'm not telling you can't try it. I would probably do we'll start rolling dice and having results. No admin, no computer. All right. Well, in that case, Yeah, what do you do?
Wait. Jackson, you have a computer, don't you?
No. I've got Cutlass back suit and the standard ones.
I have that written down for some reason. I'll change that.
I love how this game gives you like you're an expert swordsman with a cutlass, and then like you have to get through the DMV then with your cutlass. It's
Here's an idea.
We're not yet ready to get through with a cutlass, but we have Cleon on standby.
How about
I'm just
this?
like leaning on the counter with my robot arm with like this giant 24-karat smile, just like staring straight at him. Doing the what's it called, the friendly Diplodocus move, where you just sort of like lean forward like this with a friendly expression and just like stare at him until they give you what you want.
What were you gonna say, Tommy?
How about this? And I'm going to reach over and I'm going to pull the papers away from him. How about
it slides under his index fingers. You pull it away, and he looks at you.
You know what? Forget all that. We're not with the Scout Services. We're certainly not the crew of the Sierra 001642-C. I've never even heard of that ship.
Oh.
Don't know how that's going off my tongue. My name's Jackson McAllen, and I'm a private citizen, and I'd like to get through it.
So you want to be a tourist here in Walston?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I've come to see the sights and visit the wonderful people. I hear you have some excellent soup.
Yeah, you should try the fish soup. It's really good. He types it in, and then like after an hour and a half of this, he's like, "Here you go," and he stamps your passport. Do you have anything to declare?
Declare that I hate
What'd you say?
I declare that I hate bureaucracy. No, nothing to declare.
So, do you all try to take all your weapons and swords and stuff in, or?
And if they don't try to stop
swords
us.
are allowed, right?
It's
just not like big guns, right?
Only daggers on Walston.
They have like a place
so
where
is
you
there
put the stuff up, right?
Yeah, he's asking you that. Like, what do you have any weapons or drugs or?
Yeah, I'll leave my sword and my rifle with them.
Okay. Yeah, he says.
We're not allowed to have them.
He says, well, here in the starport, in the departure area, which like you turn around and opposite the sign that said arrival, just on the opposite side of the sign says departure, and he's like, here we have some lockers. That will be 10 credits if you want to store your valuables here.
How many guns and swords do we think we can fit into one locker? We want to be efficient.
It'd be each person, and magically you can manage to fit every gun and sword you have, anything you want to leave behind. So if, for example,
our cutlass is out too.
Yeah, everything except a dagger, unless you want to try to sneak something. Sneaking a sword or a rifle or something would be very difficult. I'll give it like a 2% chance, 12 plus. But if you have a holdout pistol or a body pistol, I'll give that like a normal chance. And you can see if
we don't want to just like four of us huddle around Cleon, so like nobody can see that he's like holding his broadsword like right up to his chest, but like below.
Yeah.
Probably not.
They do have metal detectors, but if you all want to crack a scheme, we might roll new travelers, but you can absolutely roll, like if you have an idea of how to try to get all this stuff past, be an arms smuggler in the first go.
Behind.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. I don't want to risk it.
Okay.
I take out my ancestral broadsword and I'm like, guard this with your life.
Oh wow. And he says that literally in character. Oh wow. And he takes like this priceless noble's broadsword and he takes it over and puts it in a locker. Excuse me.
I keep unloading weapons. I have my broadsword. I pull out a cutlass. I have like a revolver, like in my boot. I just keep handing him stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. You all fill up the departure area's lockers with just guns and knives and swords and stuff. If you have a dagger, they let you keep that, or any small weapon smaller than a dagger. That's but no guns.
You said 10 credits apiece?
Yeah, it's 10 credits a piece. Let's see.
And that's a one-time payment, right? Not like per day. Okay.
It's 10 credits for storage. And then another thing is you can assume that you have some means of carrying your gear. I could be misremembering it, but I don't remember there being like a backpack or anything. So you can assume that you have a backpack or go bag. And what would not work, in my opinion, is trying to fit a vac suit and a body armor, so like I think you probably have to pick what you're wearing, so and then keeping in mind this world does not have a fully breathable atmosphere.
I think we all got, at least I got a mask, a rebreather mask that has filtration.
All right.
And do you say we all automatically have vac suits?
Yes. So I'll say you have vac suits. They kind of look like just like spacesuits, and I believe they count as cloth armor. So, so you could just roll out
cloth armor.
Everybody will know that you're a traveler. Alternately, you could wear normal clothes and wear your cloth armor. It's like, what is it called? Kevlar. To where people won't even see it, or whatever you want to do.
So, what is the environment there?
Yeah, so, and I'll describe a little bit about what you can see when you look outside the windows of the starport. You can see that the buildings are about half underground, and that there are tubes, there are pedways between the buildings on either side of the street. There is this just dust, and it's almost as if nasty cloud smoke, like clouds that would be high up in our atmosphere, are down at ground level here, and they're just rolling past. And so you would probably become hypoxic, and if you stayed out in this without something.
So it's cold.
Yes. So it's you can look outside. I think you can tell it is very cold, and it's also thin atmosphere. So like as if you're on a mountain, and you'll eventually start not being able to breathe because of the contaminations in the air too.
So I'm going to wear my vac suit, but I'm not going to use the air in it. I'm going to wear my mask.
Makes sense. Yeah. And I'll say that you can carry your helmet, I think you could do that.
Yeah, I'm also going to wear my vac suit and use the mask.
Yeah, I didn't know if somebody had like a bigger fancy armor they wanted to use or something, but okay, cool. So
that vac suit sounds good.
All right. It'll probably make it obvious you're a traveler too. I suppose that would be the other thing, walking around a vac suit.
Just for future reference, you're saying that we can either wear the vac suit or we can wear cloth armor, but not both?
Yeah, I'm going to say that.
Okay.
I'm going to say like the vac suit's a bit bulky, and that you can't just like have the armor and the vac suit. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see here. You get checked in as tourists. You store all your stuff. You pass through security, and they are bored but friendly. And the guy who has held you up for like 90 minutes or whatever is just like, "Welcome to Walston," and then his supervisor's already disappeared. I'll describe what you can see here. When you leave the starport customs area, there's an apron. You see across from you a utility road space that goes to the starport landing pad. So it's like an airport is what it looks like. And fuel silos where they keep their refined fuel and stuff. And then you exit and go around, and the starport, or what's called Startown, like the low port, which is the starport city, you see one main road going out from customs. It goes on for about 1,000 meters, and it ends in a building that's clearly a train station. And there is a building to the left front that says Port Authority Office. And it actually says... has multiple signs. Hairstylist, Aircraft Repair Center, and Starport Authority. Yeah. And there are some warehouses off to your right rear as you leave the starport. So you got the Starport Authority, Hairstylist, Aircraft Repair Center to your left front immediately. Right rear off there's a bunch of warehousing. And then there's some residential housing. And they do kind of look like these shacks. They're just like connexes and shacks and about half buried. And you see that the people that come out with the masks on to do things outside are almost entirely Vargar. And... there's the one main road. It goes to the train station straight ahead. And that is all that you see here.
Probably get more information on where the high and dry is parked at.
Yeah, I was just wondering how are you going to find this thing. Any
How
thoughts?
big is the town?
It's about 1,000 meters across. So there's the starport area you just left. 1,000 meters down the main road, train station, and then either side of it you've got houses. To your immediate left front, there's the thing. So it's about 1,000 meters by 1,000 meters. It's less than a...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, some more information. Did we hear that the high and dry was abandoned in this town or just somewhere on the planet?
Somewhere on the planet.
Oh,
Oh gosh. Okay.
An entire planet to search.
So we need help. We need help with that. I mean, they've heard of this ship before.
Yeah, the people
So there's
might...
clearly information in the town.
Okay, well, somebody at the Port Authority might know. But also, since these people were getting in trouble, if there's a police station, we might be able to ask at the police station what happened with these people. We get the story from them.
Just as you're thinking about that, all of a sudden there is there's this like cacophony, and you hear, and there's like a screeching, and dirt is kicked up in the air, and there's you hear the rending of metal, and crash. Let me turn that down on my end. It happens like you almost step back on the curb. There's places for like taxis and stuff to come pick you up, and there are no air raft taxis here. But this happens just right next to you on the curb, about 100 feet away. You know, this loud crash, and an air raft just tumbles over onto its side, and there's a Vargar comes out, and she starts pleading with a human. Like, and you see her just like, you know, just kind of far off, can't hear what they're saying. Got masks on, I assume. And eventually, within like just a couple minutes, like, police come up. And they come out and they start getting a report, and you see this Vargar just like pleading with the police and this human. This happens to your right front as you leave the Starport Customs area.
Not our circus.
Yeah, that seems like not our problem.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually there's one other thing here. There's a hotel.
It was a hair salon.
It's a hair salon / air raft repair shop / Starport Authority office. Port Authority office.
That may be a good place to hear some gossip.
Exactly
If
what I was
they're-
thinking.
Yeah,
Wait, you mean
Still
like the
get our
barber
hair
shop?
done.
yeah. It's like that. I'm guessing like if there's anything, if anybody knows where this ship may be, you know, that'd probably be a good place to start.
Yeah, I could use a
Sounds
shave.
good to me.
Yeah, I agree. If nothing else, the Port Authority might know where the ship is. All right, so let's head to the hair salon, aircraft repair, Port Authority / Walmart / everything else on there.
Let me bring this up. Give me just a second. Mythic Traveler. Oh, wait. What? Let's see. I'm trying to think. Okay, that's what I need. Alright, and then I'll make one more roll. You've been here about 2 hours now. And that happened. Alright, let's see what you run into. At this point, there's a commotion. So you're walking just that building to your left front, right? So are you going towards the sign that says hair salon? Are you going into the hair salon or the repair shop or?
Port Authority.
Okay, so you're going to the Port Authority office. So you start heading towards that door, and then you hear a commotion, and the police are chasing someone at this point. That's all. You make it to the door. Do you do anything about that, or do you go inside?
No, I think we go inside. Leave the cops to do their job.
Absolutely. Okay, you go. You open the door, and it like the seal opens, but otherwise it has a folksy ding, ding, ding as you open a door, and you go. You're able to seal yourself in on the other side. Remove your mask if you want to, and there's a official the sunburst of the Imperium on a desk, and no one's here. It's very clean inside, and the lights come on as soon as you enter, and eventually you hear slow plodding steps coming from a room on the opposite end. There's a computer system here as soon as you enter on the other side of the desk. Sounds like it's going to take them 5 minutes to get here.
The computer's not set up as like public access.
Not on purpose.
It could be public access. I don't know. What do y'all think? Just wait for the person to get here?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. You figure out why. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What did you say?
Oh, I was just saying, sure. Yeah, like let's wait for the person to get there.
Okay. Yeah. So you so eventually you find out why they're moving so slowly. He's a very old man. And he also has very dark skin. He has those strange violet-like accents in his veins and freckles. And he slowly kind of waddles behind the desk, and he's like, hello, did they lose your bags?
No. We're here looking for a ship.
Oh, he looks out at the starport. He's like, I don't think we have any of those. I'm sorry.
Well, we think the ship may have been abandoned. We're here to reclaim it.
Oh.
I was hoping maybe you would be able to trace the transponder points.
He looks at you all and he's like, are you inspectors or something?
We are here on official business with the Scout Services.
Very official.
Oh.
Very
We have
to be
papers and
detained.
everything.
Oh, I
Cannot
see.
Lots of papers.
Let me ask you what your preference is, because I don't care. I'll do it either way. Do you prefer to do a reaction check as something you do as a mechanic, or do you want me to do it on my end? I'll have to know your social stat when I do it. What's more fun for you guys?
As in,
You can
who
do it,
makes the
it's fine
roll
with
or
me.
who initiates?
I'm
when
fine
it's-
if you do it.
happens?
In this, it makes sense for the players to do it in this game because it's the same. It's the same math. It's not any different, so it's interesting. Okay, and I'll do it in secret then. What's your social stat?
My social is a 10.
10. Oh wow. Okay. Very cool.
Mine's also 10.
Nice. Let's see here. So he says, "Oh yeah, so you're here to pick up that scout ship."
Yes, that's correct.
Wow. Okay. He dusts off his overalls. He looks like he's been it's kind of crumpled up, like he's been asleep, and he gets behind the desk and he straightens up and he's like, "I see, sir. Oh, can I see your paperwork, please?"
Yes, of course. And I'm going to give him papers. Yeah, I'll just give him the paperwork that we got from Scout Services.
Okay. He looks at it and he's like, "Oh, I see you are here for the scout services. And here to pick up the ship too. My name is Ming, by the way."
Nice to meet you. My
Sure.
name is Jackson.
Reaches to shake your hand. He's Ming King. Remember that name. You pass it on. Remember old Ming. I can help you out with these things, and you just let him know when you get down there to Masterston's office that Ming King was here to help you out. Well, anyways, and he gets back to the computer and he's like, "Yeah, well, let's see. What would you like to know? How can I help you?"
We just need to know the last known location of the ship.
Types in his computer. That's strange. They have it marked as classified. I have it locked out. Well, that's strange.
Would our clearance be enough to get us the information?
I'm sure it would, sir. It's just that I don't have access. I think you'd need to go to Crystal Lake City, to the capital, and speak to the director there at Dictator Masterston's office.
Okay. Do you personally have any? Not that we would want you to divulge anything that is secret, but do you have any knowledge of the crew or the ship itself, or I suppose they passed through here?
Oh, yes, absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Types on his computer. Okay, let's see. I can tell you anything you want to know. Let's see. Looks like they boarded the Far Trader, the Maverick Spacer. This was about a month ago. And the destination's not known for Maverick Spacer. No, actually, here we go. It's headed for Khalidbolg, as in their flight plan. By the way, out of character, this is the type of place you would go if you wanted your flight plan, which is usually you pay 10,000 credits for, as you go to the Start Port Authority. If your ship does not have a nav computer, which it probably won't, it costs 10,000 credits, and you build a flight plan to wherever your destination is. 10,000 per parsec. So, anyways, but you have vouchers, so you don't have to do that on your way back this time. But he says, yeah, the flight plan had them terminating at Detrillion, and their en route through flight was Khalidbolg. Looks like after that, I don't have anything. I don't know where they went. Looks like, okay, the High and Dry. Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, High and Dry. Looks like it was in really bad condition when it landed. Needed some maintenance. Had been in and out for about 3 or 4 months, actually, doing business here. And its last destination is marked in system. It says it was on a charter for the world government. Yeah, you'll definitely need to go to the world government's office in Crystal Lake City.
right, thank you.
I kind of want to cut through his bureaucratic instincts and ask if he ever met these characters himself.
Well, I didn't, but I think I heard about this. I heard about this from some of my employees, and also the nice lady over at the hotel desk. She's a nice, and her mother's awfully nice. Their fish stew is delicious, and
I'm really gonna try this fish soup.
and they were just mistreated by these people. Just terrible.
What a shame.
I think so. Yeah. So, well, if you head to Crystal Lake City, you should tell them. You should just let them know that. Let them know that Ming Kang helped you out. You know.
Yeah,
So
they'll be
tell
sure to
them I
pass that
sent
on.
you. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll roll out the red carpet for us once we mention your name.
Yeah. Probably. Gives you a business card.
All right, head out of the Port Authority. What do y'all think? Where should we head?
All right, man, you have a nice day now.
Yeah. You all. The best of luck. Okay. He looks sad and lonely.
I gather that might be a recurring theme on AI World.
Sadness and loneliness.
I guess we could take a train to the planet capital.
That sounds good to me.
Hopefully they have the
Same to
fish
me.
soup on there.
Yeah, maybe we should stop and get fish soup before we go.
Do they serve it on the train?
There you go.
As soon as you look at the train, you're immediately able to answer that question. Because there are two freight cars that look as if they're made more for shipping small cargo. It's like this. Have you ever seen those? I can't remember what they're called, but they're like a baby truck instead of a full truck. Like, you know what I'm talking about? There's a word
Yes.
for them.
Yeah, they're like super popular right now, right? Like hipsters drive them.
Yeah, they're little tiny pickup trucks, and I mean tiny as in like they're the size of like a car, or even smaller, like a compact. But they have the shape of a pickup truck with a little thing in the back. This is the train version of that, and it has like two boxes, and the boxes have an enclosure so you can breathe. But other than that, there is nothing to this except seats, and it's an electric locomotive. But it even has an attendant as an engineer who lazily sits up front attending a electric locomotive that goes back and forth from Crystal Lake City. And
Do you know how far away Crystal Lake City is by train? Like, how long would the trip be?
do you ask her that? You go to the train station? And
I mean,
ask-
sure. I'll ask the person at the train station.
She well, yeah. So there is a train here, first of all, and she looks and she says, "Let me see here. This is another 10 credits." She's like, "Oh, it's 10 credits to Crystal Lake City. It only takes about 30 minutes."
Okay, no problem.
All right. So let's see,
I
another
feel like we can just get there pretty quick.
minus 10 credits.
I think your sound cut out.
Sorry,
I can't hear you all of a
it
sudden.
muted me. Thank you. They
There you go.
true to her word, it pulls into this perpendicular type station. I'll just kind of scribble it here on the mat. So it's like this. And you all came from, I'll just say you all came from this way. This is the starport. And then there's also a rail going this way and a rail going this way. And then there's a main road that goes out to a coast where you see a fishery and you see little boats. And then there's lots of little buildings everywhere, like lots of them that are like these junky things that you see here. And then there's like a you can tell that there are some like factories, industrial spaces, like an industrial zone. And then there's a large complex, like kind of in the middle. And that's what you see when you arrive.
I'll ask the attendant where the dictator's office is.
Oh, Dictator Masterston. Yeah, you'll want to go to the World Government Office, and she points to like the obviously giant building in the middle of the town where everything else around it's just like junk, like it's half buried.
All right, thank you very much. Head towards the World Government Office.
Okay. Okay, so you start walking to, you've got your mask on, you can hear yourself breathing, you're walking down this road, and you can see that the people out moving about are Vargar that are doing stuff outside. They also have their masks on. And then all of a sudden, let's see, books. Roll a 2d6 to get under your dex.
Okay.
That makes it, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dex is 5.
A motorbike speeds out right in front of you, and another wreck happens. It's like right in front of you, and then but you're able to jump out of the way. This happens right in front of Dex, and it's another Vargar, and they run up to you, and they a few of the Vargar surround you. One of them runs up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you okay?"
I think we're fine.
And then one of the Vargar's like, "Oh, looks like you're from off-world." You can see there's like a bunch of Vargars surrounding you.
We are definitely not locals.
Oh yeah.
Is everyone okay in the crash?
Yeah, no, I think we'll be okay. We'll be okay, but we'll probably need some help covering the expenses after all. See, first of all, welcome to Walston. And second of all, I think we can overlook how you caused this crash if you just give us some money, and then we'll be able to just have a verbal agreement. We don't need to get the police involved and let them know how you caused this crash, do we? Start to realize that maybe this is one of those, like a scam, like they caused this, this thing happen.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe we saw we weren't watching the same event here. Maybe we should get the police involved.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. And there's like 10 or 12 Vargar now, and they're like, because we all saw it. Yeah, we all saw it, and it looked like to me that you made a mistake, and that now this motorbike is destroyed here. And actually, it looks like that light post is destroyed too. That's probably going to cost some money. But maybe we should. Maybe we should. Hey, why don't we call the police? Let me get the. And do you want them to do that? They don't look like they're going to hurt you.
I think we should just laugh and walk away and ignore them.
Yeah, I think that's the better.
I mean, I'm sure our reputation is gonna decline if we end up staying here longer than a few hours, but that's fine.
Okay, actually, that's interesting. Yeah, let's see. Let me.
They're trying to suck us into this. Just don't let them.
Yeah.
You walk.
You guys just keep practicing driving, and you'll be fine.
Oh,
you know how much money they're trying to get out of us, by the way?
Oh, I was going to roll it. Actually, that's not bad. What'd you say?
I was just wondering if we know how much money they're trying to shake us down for.
You can ask them.
I'm just curious. No, at this point, if we're gonna walk away, I'd rather just do that.
Okay, yeah, you start walking away from the wreck. You get glares from some of the Vargr. They watch you like predators the whole way, tracking your movement as you round a corner and continue on down the street. And then, let's see. So now you've been on the planet for about 5 hours. And you arrive at the the World Government Building. Let's see, it's a let me find it. It's marked as Walston World Government, and then there are signs for Off-World Affairs, a sign for Public Relations, and Fisheries.
3 pillars of this society.
All society really needs, yeah. I guess off-world affairs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. So do you go inside the building?
Yeah, head inside, head for the Office of Off-World Affairs.
There is a reception area inside with it has the kind of incredibly oppressively mundane decor of a municipality, like a town hall with a pastel blue and light to mid-gray walls that are polished, and they're kind of like unnatural fluorescent lighting overhead. And there is a reception desk that has someone sitting at it.
Are there signs pointing to the various offices?
Yeah, there are all these signs, and they point down what looks like one hallway that would go down to all these different offices.
I'm going to try and ignore the receptionist and just walk straight down the hallway.
Okay. Let's see here.
Looking like I know exactly where I'm going and what I'm doing. Like, just...
Oh, right, exactly.
If you're doing that, I think I'll hang in the lobby.
If you just walk past, yeah, she doesn't stop you because, I mean, you look like you know what you're doing, so of course you do. Yeah, and you just walk past, and the halls, the signs continue on until it leads to a single room that is marked Alan Greener, Minister of Off-World Affairs, Public Relations, and Fisheries. And then you have an upstairs area that looks like, it looks like stairs go up here past this hallway, loop up.
All right. I will knock on the office door and open it.
He's like, whoa, you see a dark-skinned man, kind of middle-aged, wearing a suit. And he's like, whoa, who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm here on official business with Scout Services. I just need to speak with the Minister of the Office of Off-World Affairs.
You're here with the Scout Service.
That's correct.
You don't look like you're in the Scout Service. You look like a traveler.
looks can be deceiving, and I pull out my papers.
You show him the papers?
Yep.
Okay. He sees the paperwork, the contract for the retrieval operation, and then you see him visibly like, okay. Oh, okay. Wow, you're here for the high and dry. I thought that was a done affair. I thought that was over. Well,
Almost over.
come on in. Come on in. Take a seat.
Thank you. Very kind of you.
And I mean, you can have everybody else come in if you want.
Sure. Anyone wants to come along?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
He yells down the hall, let's see, let me get a... Shirami, could I get some cookies? We have guests.
Yes.
He's ignored. Shirami! Okay. I'll get you some cookies later. But yes, let's close the door and let's talk. I didn't expect this, but I'll tell you. So you're here to pick up the abandoned scout vessel, is that right?
That's correct.
I see. Well, I'll tell you, the previous crew of that detached vessel were, frankly, a bunch of troublemakers. And
That's what I've heard, unfortunately.
they caused a lot of problems. And we had hired them to do work here on the planet, and they had a very simple job. And by the end, they managed to not only not complete the job, but disable their vessel and then leave unapproved, smuggled on another free trader off planet.
Wow, that's horrible. I can't believe anyone would do that sort of thing.
Yeah, not only that, they stole an air raft, crashed another one, and we haven't heard from them again.
Well, that's a awful, terrible tale of woe, but I'm definitely sorry to hear that. Could you tell us where the ship is, and we will go about recovering it? Getting it off your hands.
Well, not only can I tell you where the ship is, since you work for the Scout Service, but I can also, if you're interested, if you can complete their job, give you their money.
What kind of job are we talking about?
Yes, well, it's a simple job. We had them first. If I could take a look at your paperwork, and he spends some time. If you give it to him, he'll search through it and make sure it's official. Excuse me for a moment. We had a geologist come here. This was several months ago. We had some quake activity from a local volcano, Mount Selbari. It's several miles from here. The geologist didn't seem to indicate any problems. They had about a 99% certainty rate, but we wanted to complete it, so we had hired them to do a simple survey system. The scout vessel that they used is perfectly capable of doing that with its sensors. So all it would take is a flyby, completing a sensor sweep, and then landing and turning in the sensor information. If you can do that for the whole crew, a flat fee will give you their 30,000 credits.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too hard. Was there something in particular that kept them from being able to complete that?
Well, they weren't very reliable, and they weren't great to have around. The task isn't very complicated. It's on Mount Selbari, though. In fact, it's in the caldera of the volcano.
You want us to fly into a volcano, do a sensor sweep, and then fly out?
Oh no, that's where the ship is.
Oh. So then
Yeah, we're going into
Is
a
it an
volcano
active
no matter
caldera?
what.
Well,
Is it an active caldera the ship is in?
We're 99% certain that it is not active, and there shouldn't be any problems.
Definitely active.
So we're gonna go scan this thing just for our own reasons now.
So, like the last crew flew their ship into the caldera that they were supposed to scan, and then just left it there.
From what I can tell, they didn't take very good care of the ship, so it seems like it broke down and they landed there.
I'm a little nervous
So this
that
could involve
we're about to take a second ship to this volcano for scanning it, and then there's just going to be 2 abandoned ships there.
No, this is the ship. It's in the caldera. This is the high and dry.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they want to pay us to go scan the volcano for them.
No, you have to go get the ship and then scan it.
Oh my god. Okay.
So,
assuming the ship's broken down, we're gonna have to repair the ship inside a volcano caldera.
Yes, that's the job.
But
it should be fine.
Another day of work for the travelers.
Yeah, we're 99% certain that it shouldn't be a problem. We had the assurances of this geologist.
Which geologist is that?
Oh, and actually, it's not 30,000. It's
Yeah.
3,000.
Yeah, we're suspicious about this.
Dang.
Sorry, I added a 0. I don't remember his name. He wasn't very remarkable, to be honest.
Did he have a lab coat?
No, he didn't have a lab coat. No.
Suspicious right there. Well, I guess we have to go get the ship one way or another and repair it because we have to get it off planet. So maybe we should just do that. And if it looks like scanning is something we can do, then we'll be right there and we'll just do it while we're at it.
Yeah, it seems like it's just flying the thing away unless this the sensors are all busted up. And if that's the case, we could try and fix them. If we can't fix them, we could just come back and tell them we couldn't do it, or we can come back and fix them here and then take it back, whatever.
Yeah, it should be a very simple job. Shouldn't be, and there's no time pressure. Take all the time you need to get this done.
So do you want to tell them maybe that we can't promise we'll do it, but we intend to do it. We're going to try to do it, and we'll in any case we'll come back and let them know what's up.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Minister Greener, we will we'll start heading towards the ship, and we'll certainly try to get you that survey data. If anything goes sideways, we will do our best to let you know, and hopefully we make it back in one piece.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this is 3,000 per traveler, so everybody in the crew will get 3,000 credits. It'll be hard credits in a case, but only on completion of the job. I hope you don't take offense to this, but the last crew didn't exactly live up to a contract, so I'm rather glad we're not entering one. Almost for your sake.
Well, I'm certainly not offended by that at all, and it makes sense that it would be on completion. 3,000 credits per traveler sounds absolutely fantastic. Is there any way we could borrow some transport out to the volcano?
Well, let's see. Well, there are some people that have that will sell that service in town. They might be able to take you out as far as its foothills and the forests on the north side of the mountain. Let's see here. Yes, there is some Vargar here that you could pay them easily for an off-road vehicle where they could drive you that far.
Only as far as the foothills?
They could I'm sorry, say that again?
Is there anyone that we could hire other than Vargar? I'm not speciest. We just had some bad experiences.
He looks a little. Actually, interestingly, he's not bothered by that at all, and just nods like, "Yeah." And he's
Well,
like,
I am. I give Cleon a little bit of a look.
and,
I'm not specious, but
and he says, "Well, that would be a lot harder. I suppose you could talk to the family that had their vehicle stolen. The Bennett family has a manor here, an estate, and I do know they keep a pool of various types of vehicles, including off-road vehicles. I'm not sure how you could convince them that you're more trustworthy than the people that stole from them, though. But other than that, I'm afraid I don't have any government vehicles to offer. You'd have to work with the Vargar otherwise."
To my crewmates here, I might suggest that we could switch out of our vac suits just to our masks and just tell people that we're tourists, because we are, and we have the paperwork to show it.
I will say, because I think this would be very apparent to your characters, there's almost no way that anybody would know. Like, the chance of somebody knowing what you did, I suppose it's possible, though. Okay, yeah, it's possible. I see what you mean. Because this happened 3 weeks ago, right? So that means that in those 3 weeks, someone would have had to have jumped in that crew into Walston. So that's possible. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, I can. Never mind.
I didn't follow that.
Okay, so sorry. Yes. So I think it sounds like you are concerned that the Vargar or somebody might know that you betrayed the what are they called? The Kafir.
I don't necessarily think that could be the case. I mean, we already had just one interaction with Vargar on this planet, and it went badly by itself, independently of that previous incident.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because you all had betrayed a group of close-knit Vargar in their largest attempt at to bust through the barrier of entry in the corporations
It's my
nearby.
worst fear, yes, but
I guess I am validating that. I guess it is possible, because there are 3 chances for a jump, or 3 periods where somebody could have made it before you, 3 weeks. So yeah, it's possible that a Kafir vessel made it here. So anyways,
I think that's unlikely.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm okay with going with the Vargar as long as they seem like they're, okay. If it's the guys that tried to, get our money on the street, no. But like, if if they're like upstanding, Vargar.
and it shouldn't be hard to get a sense of them and what their intentions are like, since it's written all over their faces.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Let's see here. He makes a recommendation.
You got an update on those cookies?
Oh, we should let him know about. Sorry, go ahead about the cookies.
Yeah. Because you all. I mean, is there anything else that you want to ask him before, other than this, about transportation?
I wanted to tell him that Ming Kane was very helpful and nice, and he sends his compliments. In fact, he was instrumental in our arriving here.
It's technically true.
At first, he's like, the Minister Green is his name. Minister Green is like, what? Oh, Ming. Oh, you mean the barber? And he was put in. He was Starport Authority. I think I know who you're talking about. Very good. Let me see here. A Vargar. He's going to make you a recommendation for a Vargar.
Hey, while he's figuring that out, maybe we should see if we can get to talk to the dictator, and just to say hi, and because since he's the dictator and everything, maybe he would have a better transportation out there.
You have an idea of what our inn would be with the dictator of a planet?
Well, we're good buddies with Ming and with with Maurice,
The
you know.
barber,
So like, I mean,
mechanic.
we're practically family, right?
Yeah, that guy's
That's
name rings out for sure.
Yeah, he says, no, I don't think so. I think my cousin would be quite occupied. I do, if you speak to Lothok, she's a Vargar. Her family's over in Barvin, but she's worked with us. Not only does she have, not only would she probably be willing to use her own off-road air raft to get you to the base of the mountain, a ground car. She has a ground car. But she's the personal driver of the dictator at certain times. So she's an experienced driver, and she could get you there, I think.
Sounds quite reputable.
What was that name?
Her name is Loethok.
Yeah, I think we'll work with her.
Okay, well, I'll give you her address. Just tell her I said hi, and he goes up to the door, kind of to usher you out as well. And he just points out the window. He's like, "It's just two houses down on the left. She lives on Main Street." And then at this point, the secretary's coming up with cookies, and he takes the cookies and he starts eating one. He's like, "All right, well, have a good day then."
I'll take my cookie to go.
Yeah, I get a
You
cookie.
just grab everybody grabs cookies off the plate. There's no cookies left after you grab all the cookies. You walk out.
Well, thank you, Minister. You have a great day.
All right.
I need a moment to finish this in the lobby since we can't have our mouths out.
That's
and be
true.
talking
You
to air.
can't eat your cookie and
I
it'd be
like- I like-
ruined.
All right,
Put it in
everybody,
my
cookie
pocket.
break.
It would be
Yeah, I
covered
put
in
them my
dirt.
pockets, and there's like crumbs and stuff.
It's a delicious cookie. It tastes great. Except it has a slight gamey twinge, which after a while you think, that tastes like seafood. But otherwise.
Fish soup cookie.
So, if you go and you, well, do you go where you mentioned where you could get a driver, or where do you go next? Also
Yeah, we'll
time
go
for
somewhere.
a check. It's now been 6 hours.
Slow
Ah, we have something. Let's see what happens. Oh no. Oh god. There are 9 Vargar that approach you with blunt objects.
How far away are we from the building we just left?
Yeah, you just left it.
Let's just go right back inside.
You like go out, with the wiping away cookie crumbs, and you just turn around and walk back in the government building.
Nope.
All right, gang. What's our move? What do we do here?
How many people are in this building? This is like a government building. There's got to be security people in here.
Yeah, if they're on the first floor,
There's an
you
armed
haven't
gang
seen them.
outside.
Yes. The concerned citizens outside walk by and glare at you as they walk past. It seems as if they suddenly don't have anything in their hands. They're just walking out there and they walk by.
Maybe this is just a particularly bad random encounter, but if this is representative of a more systemic issue on this planet, I wonder if the previous traveler crew actually was as bad as we've heard.
Oh, that's possible.
Is there like a back entrance out of this building
Yeah,
that we could
that's what I
use?
think.
You guys did make it very clear that you were travelers, walking around looking in like NASA style like spacesuits and stuff in downtown.
Well, so
Yeah, let's get.
go ahead, Ben.
I was just saying we can get changed into like our normal clothes with our rebreathers, And I assume it would actually be kind of hard to recognize us if we have things on our faces and our clothes are different.
Right. Except that you don't look anything like the locals, because they all have dark skin and little accents of violet. Actually, I mean, I don't know that, but I mean, I doubt that any of you look like that in particular.
The rebreather masks, then they wouldn't obscure our faces really. They're nice.
That's a
and
good
transparent.
point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay, so is the plan to just try to like cover up, which you probably have to do anyways because it's freezing cold, but try to obscure the fact that you're walking around in a spacesuit?
Well, that's possible, but before we do that, I would like to consider, it's in Barvin, so is that far away?
He said that her family was in Barvin, but she works here in Crystal Lake City.
Oh, okay, because I thought if it was kind of far away, maybe we could get like a government taxi there or something.
No,
But,
she's just a couple doors down, I think he said.
Okay, yeah. Well, we could. I think that
just
we should
sprint.
mention this to somebody. I think that we should, because, like, if we don't mention it and then they get us in trouble, then we could be in trouble. But like, if we mention it before, then they hassle us or something. The police get involved. Maybe it'll be okay. That's a suggestion.
What do we think about like discreetly asking the secretary if there's ever issues with like, I don't know about vigilantism, but
Yeah.
do they follow a sort of frontier justice system around here, or would that be like uncalled for?
We don't have to be that blunt about it. We could, but that's fine too. If we want to just go talk to the secretary.
Or we could just go to the authorities first and pin these guys for causing a crash.
All right. So, okay, we got a couple options here. You could go back to Director Green and try to figure out a delicate way of saying, "Hey, we're having a problem. What's going on?" etc. You could go to the police, which I'll say is nearby, like a police station. Or you could try to disguise yourself as like just another Vistani or Villani human, just hanging out. Don't mind me, and see if you can get to where you need to go. So, actually, let me toss it over to the caller to kind of be the decision maker on that, Jackson.
Part of me doesn't want to do this, but I think our best option is just go to the police. And just mention that we felt a little threatened, and we're just trying to get down the road.
All right. You walk out to the police station, quickly get there, and you look in, and the front desk is manned by Vargar police officers.
Oh.
I saw that one coming a mile away.
We could just
Run
say,
in the
like,
town.
Hey, we're in town. We're doing this thing for the scout service. We're working with the local government, and we just want to let you guys know and keep you abreast of things.
Do you do that?
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds good.
That's very reasonable.
Any details? Just
7. You come in, they're like a Vargar. He's like, "Wait a second. Wait, are you the crew of that ship, the High and Dry?"
No, we're here to reclaim the hive. We're not the crew, though.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, and we're not to be detained, just to be clear.
We're on official business. We have papers.
that bunch was a nightmare. They
Over here.
grand theft, air raft, stole stuff, made fun of everybody, pushed old people. I have so many different reports. It's been a month. We're still working through all the reports of the things they've damaged and all the things that crew did.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Well, we're just trying to peacefully make our way there so we can reclaim the ship. We just wanted to make sure that everything is, safe.
What do you mean?
Well, we saw some. Um,
Ruffians outside, and they were roughing somebody up, and we
Ru-
got a little bit nervous.
Ruffians? What? Where are they? One of them gets up from the desk, walks over and looks outside, and there's nothing out there. What are you talking about?
oh, they must have scrambled.
Yeah, it was when we just got off the train, got into town.
Well, if you want to file another report, he's got like a bunch of them, but he puts an empty one on the desk. Then you can fill it out, and we'll get to the report.
Well, rather than file a report, would there be any way you could just send an officer with us to head down the street a couple houses?
The other one is like, he says, Segtho, look, I'll go. I got a strange feeling. They don't seem like they feel safe. I want you folks to feel safe. Walston is a quiet place. We don't want anyone to feel unwelcome or like they don't feel safe in our streets here. I'll go with you. Where are you trying to go?
Oh, we're just going down the street to visit Lolopec.
Oh, you're going to Lothek. Well, sure. She's a friend of mine. I'll introduce you.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. And what was your name?
The name's Kethka. And this is a, they have like a local flavor of police uniform. It is similar to an imperial uniform, but doesn't have their symbology. And he puts his mask on and he leads you down the street and escorts you to Lothek's house.
Man, I feel like such a weenie now.
Can you take me there, police officer? I thought it was a brilliant idea. I thought it worked great. I mean, man, it's good. I want to tell you guys, when I ran it, Mongoose Traveler 2nd Edition, first time, Ben, did you see a group at Gen Con? They're called, what is it? What are they called? Lurking Fears, like Play Club.
Oh yeah, that sounds really familiar.
Yeah, they're from the guys from Kentucky, and then one of them is like a traveler nut, and he's one of the people that introduced me to it. He's my first referee, and the things he did when I first tried to run it, I was like, why are you trying to check all the paperwork and make sure that your nose is clean? And like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be an adventurer, and now it's all making sense. Anyways, okay. So, yeah, you go up to her house and he, he rings the bell and she comes out, has to seal the door behind her, and they embrace and they talk for a while, and they introduce you, and Lothek is like, through her mask, she's like, yeah, I actually work for Dictator Masterson. I'm his personal driver. I would be happy to offer some services if you need some off-road transport on a day off for some extra money. I would love to go up to Mount Salbari. In fact, it's a drive I enjoy doing.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Yeah, we just need to head up there. We're on a mission for the scout services and trying to find a ship that's apparently been abandoned out there.
Oh, that's strange. I suppose you probably have all the equipment you need to make it up the mountain, right?
Do we?
Probably not.
Well, what will we need?
Oh, I don't know.
If she has an air raft, can't she fly us up there?
I said air raft, and I meant ground car. She has a truck. Truck, yeah. And she says, I can get you down to the base of the mountain, about 500 meters up in the forest. There's some trail space. It's pretty rough, but I can get you up at least that high, but from there you're going to have to climb.
Is it like sheer climbing, or is it like just, hiking, or what's it like?
Oh no, it's just hiking. But the atmosphere is very thin, and we don't have an outfitter here. The government, if they ever have anything that they need to do, but it's been forever. There's not been any rescue operation that I know of in a long time. Most people that go up there, they're on their own, but the air is already thin. So once you start going up, the air gets thinner and thinner.
Is there anywhere we could rent an air raft?
No, I don't think so. I don't know of any air raft rental center here even on the planet.
Did everyone wear their back suits?
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, my respirator's got a compressor on it, so it's for light atmospheres.
I got a thought.
If we can get like a rope, maybe. Is that a concern?
She says, well, yeah, if you want to get a rope, you could go to the general store. I'm sure that they have rope there. Let's see. Runish's Outdoors, or not. Let's just not call that. Fishing appliances and dime store.
Our communicators go up to 30 kilometers, so do you think that we could at least, like, if we do get into a jam, we could contact her at the base?
Who are you asking that?
If she drives us to the base of the mountain and we're climbing up it after that, but we get into a jam, we should be able to use our communicators to contact her from somewhere up in the mountain, do you think?
Well, the mountain is, and I had this wrong actually. It's actually, this is one of those moments where I want to show you because I'm not just making this up. It's more than 30 kilometers from here.
Oh.
Well, I can't because it's an iPad.
Well, I mean, from where she would drop us off.
It's like, yeah. Actually, that's a good point. She could, yeah. So she says, "Well, I can drop you out off on the west side, the northwest side of the foothills, just past the lake, if that would help." And then, but you would be farther away, or I could bring you about 500 meters up. And then you would be about out of that range, I think.
All right.
I think closer is better.
Yeah, I guess so. And I'm not sure what else we would need to make it a safer trip going up the mountain except for rope.
We might want to take some food with us. We don't know how long we're going to be out there.
Yeah. Good idea.
Food and water.
Okay. I know for that type of food, I think it's less than daily food. I'm just going to say that it's just going to take 2 credits per day. So, and that you can carry quite a lot. So let's say maybe 25 credits per person, which include both the ride and the food. And then let's just make it 26 credits, and that will cover also a thing of rope.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
6 credits per person.
26, yeah. And then the other thing they have in the store is they have things like fishing equipment. They do have something that would act as a barometer or altimeter. But I think you all already have something like that. Does somebody have devices like personal computers and stuff?
Got a hand computer?
I have a personal computer, yeah.
I think your personal computer, I'm going to say that it can do that based on the tech level of the planet. But otherwise, this is it has dime store items, appliances, and fishing equipment. If there's anything of that you think you can use.
Do they sell a knife? I'd like to get a knife because I didn't bring one.
Yeah, you get a fillet knife, which is small and sharp. I'll say that it's another 5 credits.
And also, is there something like a baseball bat, like roughly broadsword length, but not technically a broadsword, but like
Yeah.
heavy and made out of metal that I can like swing around?
Yeah, well, you tell me, what would be in a fishing store, appliance store, or dime store that would be like that? A paddle?
They have like a board with a nail in it, or
Well, they have those clubs. Like they sell clubs for like if you're fishing for shark or something, where you kind of. This sounds terrible, but like once you bring them into the boat, you club them. So they do have those at like fishing stores.
I thought that was a meme, but I realize now that this is an awful reality. And yes, they do have a fish clubbing to death implement that you can purchase for 5 credits.
Nice. It's like 3 feet long or something like that.
So you'll get the
Man,
benefits of a cudgel and damage, but you'll get all the benefits of your bonuses to hit with it.
Nice. All right.
it's going to be real
I feel like
embarrassing
slightly better.
for whoever we end up killing with that. Terrible way to go.
Lothric
Like a
gives you a wary side eye when you come out with this big thing over your shoulder that's used to club sharks to death.
I'm going
Well,
to
you know,
buy.
as tourists, we thought we might stay and do a little bit of fishing before we go.
Yeah, I'm going to buy fishing tackle.
Okay.
Like some inexpensive kind of stuff. Not, it doesn't have to be super fancy, but whatever the locals use.
All right. I'll say it's 10 credits for a thing of fishing tackle, and it would include anything you'd see in a fishing tackle box.
And
I also-
I have
Oh,
a knife
sorry.
and everything. Do we have a stove or a lighter? Does anybody have like a lighter or something that will do some light?
I think people have whatever those lamps are.
I have a cold lamp.
I got a
cold lamp,
lantern.
yeah.
So I'll get a lighter, something like a fire kit. Do I have a fire kit to make fires?
Oh, okay. Yeah. You get a bunch of camping stuff for, not camping, but like grilling. You get like lighter fluid and stuff to light a fire. Yeah. How much of it do you want?
I didn't want like a whole like lighter fluid and everything. Just like, basic
Like
fire
a
starter
pocket
kit like
Bic
you would
lighter?
carry for backpacking.
Okay. Yeah. I'll say that's just 2 credits.
Okay.
I'll also get the thing that what's it called? Like the thing to beat sharks with. I'll get one of those. And then what's the strongest line? Like the strongest fishing line they have. Like what does it go up to?
Yeah. So this is a low tech level planet compared to where you came from, but it's still pretty high tech. So you could get like a what is it called? Spider wire, spider silk. It's a thing, or steel silk or whatever. So it's soft and pliable, but it is absolutely like there's no way you would need at least the force of like vehicles to pull this apart. Like very.
I'll get
strong.
I'll get some of that for sure.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the stuff we have now is like that, so. All right.
I don't have anything in my notes about it. Do we have the supplies to repair the ship?
Yeah, you have 2 flight cases full of panels, electronics, instructions for everything you need to do, and stuff like that.
As long as everybody's getting cool fishing gear, do they have nets?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I like trying to make use of a good unconventional weapon. How much would that be?
5 credits for a big net that you would use for fish.
They have a harpoon gun.
No.
Oh, can we?
That's nice though. Yeah.
So like if we're going out of town, can we take our weapons with us out of town?
No, the whole planet has a law level. Yeah.
And yeah, we left those back at a whole nother town, a train ride away anyway.
What was I gonna say? Well, yeah, the Vargar now they look really concerned that you're bringing all this heavy duty fishing equipment up a mountain to supposedly fix a starship.
Wait,
Hoping there might be some lava adapted marine life that we find in the volcano. Add a little bit of kick to our next fish soup.
I figured there might be like a mountain lake up there or something.
All right. Anything else y'all want to buy at the... This is called Runish's Fishing Appliances and Dime Store.
I think we're all set.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
I want to get one of those signaling mirrors so I can. No, I don't want to get a signaling mirror.
You have been on the planet now for 7 hours. And you came in the morning. So it is currently about 4 p.m. And let's see. I need this. 2. As you exit the general store, you see you're carrying like these cudgels and all this stuff and nets out of it, and you see a group of 6 armed Vargur with some humans in uniforms. They don't look like police. They look like soldiers, and they're coming your way. They just like round the corner just as you exit.
Do we want to just keep making our way towards Lothok again without making eye contact?
Definitely make it to the car or try to make it to the car and just get out of here.
All right. They don't seem to follow you. You just kind of head out toward Lothok and where the pickup truck is, and they just go down a different alleyway. And she loads up all your stuff, all your gear, and you ride out into the wilds. Okay, let's see. It takes about by the time you get up to 500 meters, you're probably at your 8th hour, which is 1700 local. And she brings you up to 500 meters. And she starts helping you unload. And I'll describe the area around you a little bit. You can see from where you are that you're kind of up in the hills, like the foothills of this mountain. Let me control that. There we go, like down here, you know. And then if you look back, what would be north, somebody has a compass, right? Is that the other group? Nobody has a compass.
I do not.
Interesting. Okay. Well, you don't know what direction this is. My bad. But anyways, you can see the peninsula that the land is on, the area that you came from, and even kind of the smokestacks of industry of the city far off in the distance. And you can see that there's forest, scrubby stuff that's growing, high altitude vegetation that's ruggedly hanging to the foothills down below you. But there's no vegetation from here on the way up. And you can see from the top, at the top there, you can see a peak or a ridge line that goes around a rim for what would be a volcano. And it looks like you could switch back your way up to eventually make it up there. It's something that you could hike. Around you on either side of the peninsula is the azure teal glow of a beautiful ocean. It's actually quite pretty here. And Lothok wishes you luck. And she says, I hope that you, I don't know I hope that you can get this starship and everything goes okay.
Yeah, me too. I grew up in a Belter community, so this is all new territory for me.
Hey, no oxygen, big rock, same thing, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Good luck. And she gets back in her ground car, her pickup truck, and drives back off the rough, rocky trail down below.
All right, so how much daylight do we have left?
Probably a few hours.
It's time to hustle.
Okay.
Well, we can either try to get up to the top and try to camp there if we need to camp, or we can camp here, or we can just work at night because I think we all have lights.
I mean, ideally, we might find this ship before nightfall, and when we get to it, maybe we can just, camp out in the ship.
Okay, I'm okay with that,
Doesn't need to be flyable for us to still at least use it as shelter.
unless there's a xenomorph inside.
All right. Let's
So
see.
press on.
Oh, what did you say? Sorry.
Are we pressing on?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you start winding your way, switching back. It is. Oh, I have to actually. Oh, right. Yeah. It is rough hiking, and there are places where you have to bring your thigh up to your belly button and push and help each other and keep moving. Are you all wearing what are you wearing? Vac suits? Or are you wearing your vac suit helmet and mask? Are you breathing 2.9 or 9 or 2 mercury oxygen like on Earth, or are you breathing through the breathing mask, the combo mask?
I'm using my mask.
Okay, so that's purifying the air, and it purifies the combo mask purifies both impurities and something else. It's like 2 different types of things it does. I want to make sure that I'm not getting that wrong because this is crucial.
Yeah, I think there was a filter mask, there was a compressor mask, and then there was a filter compressor mask, and that's the combo mask.
So this is my that's interesting. Who has a combo mask?
Yeah, I do.
I do as well.
Everyone has a combo mask. I think. I think. Yeah, based on this, so I think that this does not give you oxygen. I don't think it like generates chemical oxygen or converts or compresses things into oxygen. I'm not getting that indication. And the reason I say that is because the next entry is oxygen tanks. And it specifically, it give you compressed oxygen. That's my reading on it. So I'm going to say that. I apologize if you all bought those with the impression like, oh, it'll give me O2. However, I will say that does anyone not have their vac suit?
I think we all have them.
Okay, so everybody's got their vac suit. That gives you, right now, you have 3 hours of pure compressed oxygen. So, something to consider with that. Okay, so you start climbing up.
So to be clear about the atmosphere of this planet, I thought it did have oxygen. It just had contaminants in it.
It does have oxygen, but it's like you're at 20,000 feet.
The higher up we get, the less we can just rely on our combo masks.
Yeah, you
Right.
have
Okay.
oxygen, but not pressure oxygen. You don't have the
Okay.
lower altitude. All right.
All right.
Let's see here. An hour passes. Uh-oh. And all of a sudden you hear, and somebody like you, it's probably good. Somebody, I'll say, Dex, you push down, and like a whole portion of the path just crumbles, and there's this rock slide. Not an avalanche, but a rock slide. And now you're left with the options of either kind of scrambling over the rocks or doing a longer switchback for an additional time.
You mean like in 10 seconds or like over the next quarter hour?
You mean like how you're not sure, but you think it's
Are
at
we-
least an hour or two, if not more, to try to go around this crumbling rock that has just given way on the path ahead of scree and sharp volcanic rock.
Okay, if I was making the decision for myself, I would probably go around because my dexterity is very low. But if anybody wants to go over straight up, that's fine with me.
I'll carry you, Dex, if that's what it takes.
Okay.
I think our biggest issue is time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's go straight up.
All right.
Agreed.
Let's see here.
So I will probably fail my dexterity roll.
Yeah, everybody can make you can throw a 2d6 to meet 4 or above as you scramble over a sharp, jagged volcanic rock to try to make up for the time to keep from going hours around a circuitous route.
Do you have any modifiers for that?
No, I'm announcing the now. Actually, I will say if you have a dex of 10 or above, then you can meet target 2. So if you're really good,
So I
I'm
got
fine.
nice.
I got 9, and I have dexterity 2, or
Ooh.
we're just rolling.
Ooh, no, that's bad. Did anybody else not get? Wait, no,
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry.
No, just roll 2d6 and try to get 4 or higher.
Yeah, sorry, I
that's your
misunderstood. Yes,
takeaway.
and you
Okay,
did.
so
right?
we're not rolling on skills.
Yeah, 2d6 to meet 4. So 2d6
Okay,
to
yeah,
get 4.
I'm
Yeah.
fine.
All right, cool. Did
I'm
anybody
fine
not-
as well.
Sweet. It is painful and slow to try to get over these rocks. It's painful both on your feet and on your hands. There's some concern if you fail hard enough, you could tear open your vac suit. You could damage your gear, but you're able to make it past this rock slide within an hour. And you are now on the 10th hour, and it is now 1900 local time.
So how much air do we have left?
I'm sorry. Is somebody using their vac suit?
We're not using our vac suits yet. I think we're still relying just on filtering the thin air around us.
Okay.
We don't feel lightheaded or anything yet, though, do we?
What do you? What do you do? How do you? Yeah.
As soon as anyone starts to feel lightheaded, I say we switch over to vac suits.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Are there any diagnostic tests we can do to make sure everybody's like fully lucid? Like, hey,
Oh well, if I may, I lived in Colorado, so if you're high, you know it. Like, there's no doubt
Okay.
about it. I mean, you're
I don't
you're
have to say like
out
how
of
many
breath
fingers am I
in
holding
10
up.
seconds.
Or...
Yeah, you're just huffing and puffing.
All right.
Okay, so if you're looking for that, you notice that actually everybody does have air hunger. Like you say that, and you notice everybody's like they have air hunger. They seem to be breathing. Now, you just climbed over a bunch of scree and jagged rocks too, and you're scrambling up a mountain. But let's see here. That is 600 meters.
And how tall is this mountain?
This mountain is well, you could only guess. I don't think anybody asked, but it is about. What would I call this? Well, I'll just say you estimate it's about 1,500 meters tall, and you're at 600 meters. You are climbing a mountain. All right.
Does my medical kit that I brought have any way to detect like oxygenation in our blood or anything like that?
Yeah, it could. You have some tools that you could use in your med kit. No, I wouldn't say that it has something like that. No. O2 saturation test. No, actually, that makes sense. I'm going to take that back. That is not a complicated tool. Yeah, you could test someone's O2 saturation.
Okay. I test everybody just to see where we're at.
Everyone is hypoxic, and they have the early signs of altitude sickness.
All right. Everybody suits on.
Yep.
Okay. So, let's see. The next... At this point, you're getting to 800 meters with the suits on, with O2 on. And so now you are at 2000 local, and you are 11 hours on planet. Whoops. Oof. Can you all hear me? I don't know if I messed up my headset.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're good.
And,
Yeah.
all right. 800 meters. And you've got O2. You've got 2 hours of O2 left in your helmet. Do you keep going? You're now at 800 meters.
Do we have any sight of our ship?
Presumably, if it's in the caldera, it will be over the lip at the top.
And you said we estimate the mountain's about 1,500 meters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not going to make it on the oxygen supply we have. We need to turn back.
Yep, we're gonna have to go back to town and get O2 tanks.
Dang.
They have no O2 tanks. I would make this so you can actually let me see this thing here. Medic 8 plus. Nobody has medic. I'm curious what the book says. I don't think it says anything. Medic. Sufficient to qualify character for position. No one has medic 1, right? Medical 1.
No.
Oxygen tanks, like I know they're part of the vac suit, but could one person, like, could we give all of our oxygen to like 1 or 2 people and have them go up? Could we share it?
Yeah, you
had a
could.
much darker suggestion that we
You
all
know-
fight for it.
In the
No, I meant we go down. The rest of us like go down to like where we could breathe, and then like 2 people go up with the extra oxygen and see if they could get the ship like prepared.
Yeah, I don't know how you want to play it out. It's fine, whatever you want to do, but I just know that in low oxygen, when in a light atmosphere, you're fine as long as you're not exerting yourself. It's only when you're, really exerting, so you go slow. So that's how people, can climb like to 30,000 feet and
Yeah.
stuff, because they just go real slow.
Yeah, I know. I'm a pilot. I've been in like
Yes, right.
altitude
so you know.
chambers and dealt with hypoxia and stuff. And so I was what I was going to say, but I wanted to look at the medic skill first. But I don't want to bury this. First of all, that town is not going to give you O2 tanks. But yes, so you can. I didn't want to give the impression that you literally can't survive at the top of the mountain. That's not the case. That's not what's happening. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it's even so. Like you said, we're gonna be like deprived if we're not relying on our own oxygen supply. And I feel like we may as well be at the top of our game and like well supplied if we're doing this. And I do think it actually is kind of a good idea to just send one, like whoever's the most qualified person is to do this with as much oxygen as we can give them.
Yeah, that's one plan is you could try to get a group to say, hey, take all the O2 and sprint to the top. The downside that would be clear to you is like 2 people will take way longer to get this ship up and going than all of you. That would be the downside.
Or we all just go up and we're a little loopy on the job.
Any other ideas?
Are there any?
I didn't
do
want to
we
give
know
the
if there's
impression that
oxygen on the tank? Sorry. On the ship, I mean, do we know if there's like if it will be replenished on the ship?
yeah, so the ship, if you're able to get the ship working and close it, it has a life support system, and that ship will generate oxygen. And so as soon as you have it working, you're able to close it. Perfect standard atmosphere Earth oxygen available.
So
And
the
gravity.
options on sale so far are take it slow. We take more than our time so that we don't completely pass out, or we go back down the mountain and send 2 people up with as much oxygen as they've got. Is that right?
Yeah.
Any other ideas?
I think it would be preferable if we all go up, but I'm fine if you wanted to send
Yeah.
just a person or 2 up.
I'm now thinking we should all go up and just try to work fast.
I agree.
Get the life
Just try
support
and
up
get
and
to the
running
ship.
as soon as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, if we could get the ship up and running, that sounds like a good idea. I thought we were gonna like die if we run out or
Sorry,
something.
yeah,
So
I didn't mean to give that impression. That was not.
no, not your fault at all. I just assumed. So yeah, I vote for us going up slowly.
Agreed.
Sounds good.
So
Yep.
when you say slowly, are you slowing down? Like you're gonna try to move slower?
Yeah, I think so.
Like
Try
to
and
not exert ourselves.
not exert ourselves. Maybe switch off oxygen back to our combo masks, so that we're able to preserve the oxygen that we've got.
Interesting. Let's see here. So
Or
let
is
me
that
do-
going to kill us?
I'm going to do some quick math then. So you're going to try to use the oxygen you have left to kind of intermittently get some pure O2. And then you're going to try to go slower. So let me see. Much easier there. So that would be 2, 3, 4. Probably, you're probably only able to go another hour right now. Anyway, and then, oh, that's good. And then it gets pretty much pitch dark outside. Now you can keep going. You
We have
have
several
lights.
lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you equipped. You got lanterns. So if you do that, bam, you got some lanterns. Is that what you all want to do? Is to keep going up under a lantern light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well. All right, 6. All right, let me chuck a bunch of checks because you're going slow. 2 of them. 2. Okay. So the first thing that happens is as you're climbing under lantern light, you can almost hear a tinny echo to your breathing from your mask, almost as if you've ever operated in vacuum from your suit as the air gets thinner and thinner outside away from you. And then, you're switching every so often. You put on, pure O2 and you give yourself a few minutes and then you take it off again, and stuff, and you're going up. And then, books, your foot, your space boot, from your vac suit. Bam! It crunches into something, and you lift your boot up, and there is a bunch of stuff here. There's a bunch of equipment.
What kind of equipment?
It looks like somebody tried to make it up here and abandoned a bunch of their stuff. And you have here several tarpaulins and a tent and another 3 days worth of food. Here's what I was looking
Nice.
for. It still doesn't have my cost for it. And you also have. I'm gonna actually. This will be fun to me. 6 and 2. 6. You find an inertial locator that has some data still on it, and it's been turned off and just left here. You think if you could get it fixed, it could give you some information about whoever was here before and what they were doing. You also find a medium range communicator that's also damaged, but you think it could also be repaired.
We try to repair them.
You could try to do that. Just roll a 2d6 to get an 8. You have engineering 1, so a 7.
I have an electronic tool set.
Okay, yeah. If you hand him that and you work together, I'll say that reduces the target number. So yeah, you get both the inertial locator working, and you're able to jury rig another power source to get it to work, and also the medium range communicator works.
Awesome.
The inertial locator gives a direction and distance traveled from starting location. It gives you distance, rate, and time information for whoever was using it.
So where was
So
this
we
person
would-
coming from?
Sorry, go ahead. Are we saying
Oh,
books?
I was
that's
just asking
basically what
where-
I was going to ask.
Where was it coming from? It looks like it was coming from town. Like it looks like it originated, and it looks like these were probably tourists that were trying to make their way up. And this inertial locator made it this far. You travel for another 2 hours before it gets completely dark. I'm sorry, it's dark and continue in the darkness. Where were we at here? How many did I check?
Okay, so we take all the stuff, right?
Oh
Are we
yeah.
able to take everything?
6 hours. So that brings us to 02 in the morning local. And 17 hours on world. And
I'll take the inertial tracker thing with me.
All right. And then the next thing you notice, somebody else gets a crunchy thing under their boot. This time it is Jackson, and something crunches under your boot. It has a crunchy noise instead of the stones, which are unyielding.
I will sweep the ground with my lantern and see what I'm stepping on.
You take the lantern, sweep it across the ground, and then you see the bony jaw, half of a skeletal skull, slack-jawed and open, half of its face outside of the dirt.
Gross.
Is there any treasure?
We will not take this as cautionary at all.
That's awesome. No, there is no treasure.
Oh, okay.
The treasure is the journey or something stupid like that. there's nothing
My worry is-
fungible. Yeah.
What's our current altitude?
Yeah, your current altitude now would be, after 6 hours of travel at a slow pace, you've made it to 1,100 meters. And by moving slow and using your oxygen intermittently, none of you have altitude sickness, as you're slowly acclimating.
I'm losing you a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh real quick.
Okay. Can you guys hear me and see me?
Hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So from here, let me look at where you're at on the map too, as I kind of track your path. The lip, so I'll kind of draw it. Actually, I'll just move the light. That'll be an interesting kind of way of indicating it. You're more than halfway, and you can kind of see the lip in the dark. But you still have a few hundred meters
Almost at
to
the
go.
top.
All right. Let's see here. Do you still do the thing where you're using the oxygen intermittently and taking your time?
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so if you're at 1,100 meters and that's 500, I'm going to say that it's going to take twice as long to be able to do that. So, 4, 8. You will also,
Guys, I don't know if those cookies were enough.
yeah, you will also be exhausted after 8 hours by the time you get there, assuming everything. And the good news is that most of the encounters occur up front. Hopefully they're not bad. Let me see. Okay, we've got some. In the even under lantern light, it's hard to see. Jackson, roll a d6 under your dexterity.
My dexterity is 8. I rolled 6.
A 6, you make it, and then the next one I have is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, the first. So dex, roll a 2d6 to get under your dexterity.
3d6 under my dexterity.
Yeah. Oh god, and yours is bad, isn't it? Oh no.
2. Yeah, my dex. So I fail.
Oh no. Okay, you take the path crumbles with Dex, and he falls into some sharp rocks. You take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
So this will be interesting. I'm going to roll to determine which type of damage you take. All right. So you take dexterity damage. Dex goes
I'm dead.
unconscious. Okay, now this is interesting. All right, so you
Is
fall
your nickname like ironic or something? Come on, dude.
Yeah, that's why I picked it. That's my
It's great. It's
buddies
so
make fun of
perfect.
me.
Yeah. Yeah, you slip and fall into these rocks, and it knocks you out cold. Now,
Oh my god.
you have two options right now. Dex can either wake up with half his dexterity in 3 hours, just off the top of my head, if I recall correctly, or if someone with a med kit can administer a check right now, you can bring him back at half of his dex, and he can keep going.
I'll try and heal him if I can. I don't have any medical skills, but I have the kit.
I'll set it at 8, so it's a standard 8 check on 2d6.
Okay.
It comes with some IKEA style instructions.
I fail.
Oh no! 3 hours pass as you try to minister to Dex, and another encounter happens while you're. Let's see what happens. 1, and also 3 hours pass. That brings us to 0-5 local. You all are so exhausted. Sunrise is beginning to. The sun is beginning to rise on the next day. What? No, I don't want that. Let's see. Darkness level. And I rolled a 1. Okay. You find as the sun rises and you're trying to fix Dex, you grab some tools nearby, and you grab something dusty on accident, and you see that you have part of a human rib cage. And you realize that one of the other friends is sticking up out of the ground nearby. And a bunch more time passes. Let's see, we're now at 20 hours on the planet. I will say at 24 hours you start reducing your endurance from lack of sleep. And there was another encounter after you make it part of the way. Oh, this is great. This one makes me happy. and this will be the last one because I know we're out of time. But Jackson, as the sun starts to rise on the next day, a sleepless night as you struggle to try to make it in the dark, you hear a wee 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 wee, like a squeaking noise somewhere ahead, about 20 feet ahead among the rocks. And then you hear more squeaking noises. Wee 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 wee, squeaky noises.
Can I identify what they are?
Well, how would you do that?
I guess if I don't know what they are, then I'm going to very slowly walk forward and try and spot one of them.
Oh man, I
Or
rolled
spot
an
one.
11. Rolled an 11 on the reaction roll. Everyone should remove a ration, obviously. You come up to them, and there are these little creatures. There's like 11 of them, and they're all just like in this burrow up on the rocks.
Do I get the sense that they're dangerous?
Yeah, that's impossible. No, they're adorable.
Awesome. Well, if we run out of food, we know where to go.
All right, that's where we'll stop the adventure for tonight.